I'd like to call this meeting to order. Mrs. Norian, would you lead us in the flag salute?
Certainly. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sunshine Law Statement. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met for this meeting of the Board of Education of the Borough of Oradell. Notice of this meeting was filed with the record and all persons requesting such notice. Mr. Darien, would you read the mission statement?
The Oradell Public School District is dedicated to the ongoing pursuit of educational excellence through comprehensive, innovative curriculum and instruction. The district is committed to providing opportunities for social, emotional, and academic discovery to foster curiosity, courage, and character. Our goal is to provide our students to become lifelong learners who are self-directed, resilient, productive, responsible citizens.
Thank you. Roll call.
On the roll, Mr. Del Greco, not seeing him. Mrs. Downey, not here yet. Mrs. Genchi,
Here.
Mrs. Moran,
Here.
Mrs. Norian,
Here.
Mr. Nutlin,
Here.
Mrs. Walker,
Here.
Mr. Darien,
Here.
Mrs. Nichols.
Here. At this time, we will open to the public for agenda items only. Okay, not seeing any, we will move forward. This, as most people, I say it every year, the board knows this is our favorite night of the year where we recognize our staff. We're going to do it in a little different order than it is on the agenda. We are going to start with years of service and then go to retirees, or going to teacher of the year and then retirees. So we're going to start with the five-year staff. If you could just come up here, take your certificate, and then go over there because we want to take a picture of everyone. So we will start. Some people are not here, I know, but we will start. David Barron. I don't know if he's here. Angela Bartolucci. I don't think she's here. Jean Cabaney. Watch the wires. Thank you so much. Kristen Collins, I don't think is here. Maria Constantino. Thank you. From one group to another. Yeah. Kayleen Daziel. So much. Marvin Gomez. Be careful, Marvin. Thank you, Marvin. Thank you for everything. Michelle Haas. Thank you so much. Thank you. Caitlin Manhinnick. Alexandria. Thank you so much. Alexandria Palata. Thank you so much. Andrea Park. Erin Reespeeder, I do not believe she's here. David Roth. Thank you. I can't believe it's 5 years. Tara Schlesinger. Thank you so much. Kathleen Taormino. Watch the wire. Thank you so much. Kathleen Windrum. I don't see Kathleen. No, we'll do that today. Okay. All right, stay up there because more are joining you. All right, we're going to 10 years. Louise Boss. Louise is not here. Karen Marin. And Rochelle Valmonte. I don't think she's here either. None of our 10 years are here. Not good. All right. No, that's okay. So none of you have to come for 10 years. All right, 15 years. Michelle Kolotkin. Oh, she's coming later. Okay. Lisa Ann Santangelo. Without the wire. Thank you. Okay, moving on to 20 years. Oscar Gomez. Thank you, Oscar, for everything. Jane Jeffs. Thank you so much. Jennifer Powers. Thank you so much. Okay, moving to 25. I don't believe she's here, but Erica Moore. And now 30 years, Leslie Macklin.
Thank you. 30's big, for sure. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so we need pictures with the superintendent and the principals. Let's go. Every time. So everyone get on the steps.
Yeah, you look like the photographer,
I look like I just walked out of a lacrosse game,
and that's a good thing.
which I did.
That's a good thing.
These people know I do a lot of volunteering.
I can't believe why people don't come. I mean, this is a good turnout. There he is.
I don't know how many school districts actually do this.
Yeah, but it's a nice.
I've been at Paramus 18 years. I haven't been called for the 5, for the 10,
Really?
for the 15.
No kidding.
Nothing. Please. All they do is give a shit.
Yeah, that's kind of awkward though when they like call the name and nobody's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a good turnout compared to some years.
Peter, looking good. I like that color. The one in the blue shirt.
Oh, really? What is he? Is he a head?
He might be.
He's muscular.
Yeah, he's pretty.
I thought I was thin. Look at this one and the white.
Okay, so moving on to Teacher of the Year. Every year I like to read the prior ones. This is our 9th year doing it. Next year may be the last year we read all the names for 10. But we'll start from 2017. We had Tracy Schaum, moving to Rosemary Cataldo, then Melissa Pisa, Janine Black, Helene Albrecht, Leslie Macklin, Jamie Caruana, Jennifer Hook, and for 2025-26, Kristen Terzano.
She would only have to say thank you. Otherwise, she wasn't coming.
Come back here, come back here.
We won't make you say anything. It's okay.
Are other people going to say anything? You don't want to say anything, right? Okay, so hold it first. I want to read this. Okay, I just want to read the certificate. Certificate of Recognition presented by State of New Jersey Department of Education, the State of New Jersey Department of Education 2025-2026 Governor's Educator of the Year Program, awarded to Kristen Terzano in honor of the contributions of being an outstanding educator in a New Jersey public school. All right, does anyone want to say anything to our Educator of the Year while she's up here?
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I have the distinct privilege of speaking about a person who represents the very heart of our profession. To know Kristen Terzano is to love her, and that love is felt deeply by her students, their families, and every one of her colleagues. When I first joined Oradell Public School, I found myself in a bit of a transitional space while the lower level office, not basement, lower level, was being completed. I was set up with a desk in the intervention room sharing quarters with Kristen and Erica Moore. She and Erica embraced me as a roommate and were absolutely instrumental in helping me to navigate the ins and outs of OPS. Sharing that room allowed me a front row seat to see Kristen in action, and it was a masterclass in educator excellence. What I witnessed those months was who Kristen Terzano is just naturally. Students weren't just attending lessons. They were eager to learn with Mrs. Terzano because they knew that she was their biggest champion. Kristen has a unique gift. She celebrates not just the final success, but every single effort made along the way. She is the rare kind of person who makes everyone feel like they're her favorite. Whether you're a student or a staff member, she connects with you on a personal level that is so genuine and thoughtful. If you want to see the true essence of Kristen, I challenge you to spend a morning at the kindergarten entrance. You will hear her asking students about their new pet, their weekend trip, or a special stuffy from their grandma. She remembers to ask about family members who maybe weren't feeling so well. She follows up on the details of a family celebration. She notices when a student or adult just doesn't seem quite right. Kristen is an exceptional teacher because she understands that the small stuff is actually the stuff that matters most. Kristen Terzano is truly one in a million. Throughout our time together, I have watched her take on a variety of assignments, often requiring her to pivot to new roles on very short notice, And she always did this seamlessly with a positive attitude. Regardless of the challenge or the timeline, she handles every situation with a smile and gives 100%, no, I'd say 1,000% of herself in everything she does. Kristen, thank you for being a wonderful example of everything that a teacher should be. We are so incredibly lucky to have you at Oradell Public School.
That was really good, Mrs. Brancato. I agree 100,000%. Mrs. Terzano is an original. She embodies what it means to be Teacher of the Year. She's kind, compassionate, caring, and gives her whole heart to her students, her team, her entire school community every single day, no matter what's needed, grabbing students, covering classes, mentoring new teachers, or simply supporting a colleague. She's always willing to step in with a positive attitude and a smile. Her patience and kindness is most evident when working with children. Over the years, she's worked with students from kindergarten through 6th grade. She makes all her students feel special, and helps each of them reach their potential. Every child in her class learns and thrives under her tutelage. Even the most reluctant workers, she's like, you can do it, and they do it. It's amazing. Mrs. Terzano is someone you can always count on. Her consistency, dedication, and commitment to the Oradell school community never goes unnoticed. She gives 110, but now I have to raise it to 1,000% every day, and does it with grace, patience, and genuine care for everyone around her. She's truly one of a kind. As her colleagues and friends, we are incredibly lucky to work alongside her. Sharing a room and working with Mrs. Terzano every day is a gift, and our school is a better place because of her. Congratulations, it's an honor well deserved, and your team absolutely loves you.
Yeah, Amy, that was really good. It was anything that I would ever say about this one because it's 100,000,000% true. I've been waiting for 30 years for this. I have truly been in awe of you since Hackensack. Lisa, Kristen, and I worked together at Fannie Hillers, and she truly embodied what it was. She made me run and jump to school every day. I followed her to softball practice, and I followed her again on a tandem bike for some reason. We all thought that was a great idea. And she truly made me excited about teaching, and she truly made the kids excited to be at school every day. And you do that from day one, 30 years ago, till today, and then some. And you really inspire everyone here, and there is not one person that doesn't think that, because every person from the kindergartner that walks in and truly takes the wrath and takes the claw grip off mom, and you have some way about you that is just truly a gift. And we are so very thankful that you have stayed here and you bring more life into our school. So thank you so much for all you do.
Miss Terzano is really kind to us all, and she makes me feel better when going to school. If we didn't have Miss Terzano, then we wouldn't have any more teachers until Mr. Yell came.
Hi. So I had the honor of working with Kristen as my mentor my first year teaching here, which has been the greatest gift. And even now in my second year, going into my third, I still bother her just as much as I did last year. But she never turns me away. She has turned her car around when she has left to come back and help me when I needed it. And I think that just embodies who she is. And she is so deserving of this. And I feel very lucky to have worked with you. So thank you.
Okay, so if Ms. Terzano's family could come up, we'll take some pictures.
Don't walk into this thing. Ange, this way. I'm going that way? Yeah. Take the short way.
Okay, moving on to the retirees. We're just going to go in alphabetical order, I guess. Ms. Bendette is not here, but her resolution is on our agenda, will be in the minutes, so if she wants to come another time, we can read it for her. So we will start with Joan Novak. Okay, I'll just read her resolution. Whereas Joan Novak has tendered her resignation as a nurse aide in the Oradell Public School District to become effective July 1st, 2026, after 8 years of dedicated and faithful service to the Oradell Public School District. And whereas during her years in our school system, she has imparted her knowledge and skills in support of the students, families, staff, and administration of Oradell Public School. And whereas she has influenced the lives of many and has earned the love and respect of students, colleagues, and the Oradell community, and whereas she has given unselfishly of her time and effort in the interest and welfare of the children of our school district. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the Oradell Board of Education hereby recognizes Ms. Novak's contribution to the district and expresses its appreciation of her dedicated service, and directs that this resolution be included in the minutes of the board and that a copy be presented to Ms. Joan Novak as a token of its esteem.
Thank you. No, I'm good, thank you.
Would anyone like to?
Oh, okay.
Oh, uh-oh, you're in trouble now.
I got some words for me and Gina to say to Joan, so. That's okay. So tonight we celebrate many staff members, including Joan Novak and her credible 7 years of service as our school nurse aide. From her very first days working OPS alongside our former nurse and our current nurse, Joan brought not only dedication and professionalism, but also a wonderful sense of humor that could even brighten even the busiest days in the nurse's office. Over the years, so much has changed, yet one thing has remained about Joan. She cares tremendously about our students and our staff, and her compassion for every student who walked through that door, you can see it every day. She developed meaningful rapport with our students who truly needed someone they could trust, and she became such an important presence to our students, always willing to step up and assist with the countless health-related needs we have every day.
That was Nurse Gina's part.
Yes, there's a few of these sprinkled in. Joan is smart, wise, seasoned, and incredibly quick-witted, and her advice has been valued by so many, including myself and Gina, who often turn to her for health guidance. I'm sure Joan will both miss and not miss those busy lunch periods filled with kids stopping in for ice and Band-Aids and every little emergency in between. While we'll deeply miss her laughter, wisdom, and steady presence, we are so happy for you as you begin your next chapter, enjoying summers by the pool with your husband and making time for your family. Joan, thank you for the care, heart, and humor you brought to OPS every single day. Congratulations on your retirement.
I just want to give her a hug.
Yeah, we're going to take a picture with you guys. We're going to come over here and take a picture. Take a picture. Take it. Send it to Megan for the...
Wait, hold on. Everybody's fascinated that you're sisters. Picture in the audience first.
Yes, we all learned tonight that you're sisters. I think we would know that by now.
Can I say one quick thing? Joan, I am absolutely going to miss, people know that the nurse's office is one of the places I stop by, but as I was handing you the plaque, all I envision on that platter is Band-Aids and ice packs at your house. So if I come over, I would like Band-Aids and ice packs handed on that.
Okay. We'll take care of that.
All right, moving on, Heidi O'Keefe. Okay, let me read the resolution. 40 years. Whereas Heidi O'Keefe has tendered her resignation as a teacher in the Oradell Public School District to become effective July 1st, 2026, after 40 years of dedicated and faithful service to the Oradell Public School District. And whereas during her many years in our school system, she has imparted her knowledge and understanding of the educational needs of the students of Oradell Public School, and whereas she has influenced the lives of many children and has earned the love and respect of her students, colleagues, and the Oradell community, and whereas she has given unselfishly of her time and effort in the interest and welfare of the children of our school district, now therefore be it resolved that the Oradell Board of Education hereby recognizes Ms. O'Keefe's contribution to the district and expresses its appreciation of her dedicated service, and directs that this resolution be included in the minutes of the board and that a copy be presented to Ms. Heidi O'Keefe as a token of its esteem. Open up to the floor first.
I had to get to the top of the notes. Heidi, when I first met you, I thought you were quiet, reserved, and private. And while some of that may still be true, I quickly learned that you are the epitome of still waters run deep. Beneath that calm and steady presence is someone grounded in stoicism, strength, humor, and compassion. I think the stoicism is from the German descent part. You are an accomplished tennis player, a passionate advocate for breast cancer awareness, a world traveler, a reader, a fierce mother bear to Jillian, and most importantly to us here at OPS, an incredibly talented educator. My favorite moment elucidating your talent is from last year. I had a particular student who had you in 4th grade, and he was sitting across from me, and I looked at him and said, "You weren't down in my office at all last year." And he looked at me and said, "No, Mrs. O'Keefe wouldn't have tolerated anything." And I said, "Oh, is that because she's strict?" And he said, "Well, she's kind of strict, but it's really because she loves me, but she wouldn't tolerate anything." And I don't think there is a more powerful description of a great teacher than that. Over the past 9 years, I've watched you connect with students who dance to their own beat, students struggling with serious family situations, and students who needed someone to truly see them. You met them with humor, honesty, and love. I will never forget the humor you brought to my days during COVID. The conversations we had on Zoom after those strange days, the exhaustion, but also the desire to connect, the laughter, and even the complaints about having to adjust our wardrobes when we came back to OPS. We'll say we complained about putting our pants back on. It has been such a pleasure watching you embrace your role as interventionist over the last 2 years. You are the organizer of that team, of the closet, the room, the data, and honestly, sometimes the people around you, including me. That steady presence will be deeply missed. Thank you for listening, for sharing your spark, for loving kids so fiercely, and for being you. Congratulations on an extraordinary 40-year career.
Mrs. O'Keefe, it is such an honor to celebrate you tonight. Before you were my colleague, you were my 4th grade teacher, many moons ago. And I still remember the warmth and kindness you brought into your classroom every single day. You made school feel special, and one of my favorite memories was bringing our American Girl dolls into class. And you would secretly decorate them during lunch and recess. It may have seemed like a small moment, but to me it was magical. That was also the year we did Whale Week, very memorable. Researching whales, creating our books, and walking from classroom to classroom, reading everyone's work. It made us feel so proud and important. You created a classroom filled with joy, creativity, gentleness, and love, and those memories have stayed with me all of these years. What makes this even more meaningful is that I've now had the privilege of working alongside you at OPS for the past 5 years. Getting to call you my colleague has been such a gift. I've learned so much from you, not just about teaching, but about how to make students feel seen, cared for, and valued. You have celebrated so many special moments in my life, and I am incredibly grateful for your support, guidance, and friendship. You were one of the teachers who inspired me to become a teacher myself, and truly, I want to be just like you. Your impact reaches far beyond your classroom walls, and I know generations of students, including me, are better because of you. Congratulations on your retirement, and OPS will always carry a piece of you in our heart.
She's bringing her laptop.
Mrs. Hawley had the little phone. You can probably read it in the back row. I'm going to try.
I'll save one that's not used. Okay. First of all, good evening, everyone. There are so many great employees that will not be who will not be returning to Oradell next year. To Kristen Trezano, you exemplify someone who does this job for all of the right reasons, and you do it exceptionally well, and you do it with love. For Debbie Vendette, she's not here though. I say, Debbie, you're brave, really brave. All of those years of teaching kindergarten and first grade, it's not for the faint of heart. I admire you. To my sister Joan Novak, there's lots of O's. You're so good at being a nurse. And by the way, it's kind of cool to get to work with your sister. Love you. And now the one that's going to really make me cry. It's truly an honor to stand here tonight and celebrate Mrs. O'Keefe, who's not only been my colleague for the last 38 years, but also one of my closest teammates and my dear friend. When I think about her career, the words that come to mind are professionalism, dedication, kindness, and integrity. She possesses an unparalleled work ethic, yet she's never sought recognition, praise, or accolades for herself. In fact, she spent her entire career quietly and consistently lifting up everyone around her: students, colleagues, families, and friends. She's always been a source of calm support, both emotionally and academically, for anyone who needed her. She's generous with her time, generous with her praise, and endlessly patient. At the same time, she's always maintained high standards and high expectations, guiding others towards success because she truly believes that every child, every teacher, is capable of more than they realize. She's an extraordinary mentor and role model. She believes with unwavering conviction that anything is possible with patience, compassion, perseverance, and devotion. So the truth is, if you couldn't tell from my tears, we kind of grew up here together at OPS. We started our careers as young teachers full of energy, optimism, and ideas, and honestly, we thought we were movers and shakers. Together, we helped create a blue ribbon social studies program, embraced whole language instruction, and jumped enthusiastically, a little blindly, into every new educational initiative that came our way. We also survived some truly unforgettable educational historical moments together. We pleaded and bargained for our first Macintosh 2E computers. Complete with those meltable MEC 5¼ floppy disks. We were integrating technology while still running copies on the Ditto machine next door. We went from pantyhose and skirts and slips. Well, she had one. To more, she yelled at me every day. To more practical clothes, like for sitting on the floor with children and getting written on with a pen that happened to walk by you too close. Somehow we managed to bridge two completely different eras of education side by side. And through it all, we laughed a lot. We shared successes, challenges, long days, hilarious moments, and countless memories that I will treasure forever. There was always hard work, and there still is, but there was also joy. We genuinely had a blast. I feel incredibly blessed to have spent nearly 4 decades teaching beside Mrs. O'Keefe, someone I admire so deeply and am even more blessed to call my friend. As we both begin this next adventure called retirement, there we go. I know there are many exciting things ahead for us, new experiences, new memories, lots more laughter, and hopefully a little more sleep. Thank you for your friendship, your partnership, and your example, your unwavering devotion to education too. Each of us is fortunate to have worked beside you. You've made a difference that will last beyond these classroom walls and beyond these school walls. Congratulations, and cheers to you.
I'm speaking on behalf of the intervention team. We are beyond honored to celebrate someone who has touched so many lives with kindness, dedication, and love. After teaching in 4th grade for so many years, Mrs. O'Keefe came to teach in intervention, where she continued working her magic with the students and gliding effortlessly into our team. Mrs. Moore, Mrs. Black, Mrs. Sheridan, Mrs. Bartlett, sometimes Mrs. Sosha, and I were lucky to share a room with her. She is the most thoughtful, generous, and caring person, always willing to help, listen, share, and make everyone around her feel supported and cared for. She's not only an amazing teacher, but also a wonderful friend and colleague. She is quite the adventurer, traveling all over the world, playing tennis and pickleball, spending time with friends, and making trips to California to visit her daughter. The intervention team will miss talking about books with Heidi, as she always gives us a great recommendation. Your warmth and laughter will be deeply missed, but we're so excited to hear all about your next chapter of adventures. Thank you for being such a special part of our lives in and out of school, Heidi. Congratulations on your retirement.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. To the community of Oradell, thank you for sharing your children with me. They're wonderful. To all the teachers out there, we don't do this alone. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for being on my journey. And hang in there.
Ms. Shaum, can you come up here for a picture?
And as you're going there, Mrs. O'Keefe, may I give you a retirement homework assignment?
Oh, boy.
People who have spoken to me a lot about education know that I'm very concerned about the next wave of educators. And after you travel a lot, I think the field of education would really benefit from your humility and your professionalism. So I encourage you to speak to Mrs. Walker about observing student teachers, because the field of education would truly benefit from everything that you've accomplished. And I don't want it to just go away. You can still give back a little after you travel.
Our last retirement of the evening, Tracy Shaum. I'll read her resolution. Whereas Tracy Shum has tendered her resignation as a teacher in the Oradell Public School District to become effective July 1st, 2026, after 38 years of dedicated and faithful service to the Oradell Public School District. And whereas during her many years in our school system, she has imparted her knowledge and understanding of the educational needs of the students of Oradell Public School. And whereas she has influenced the lives of many children and has earned the love and respect of her students, colleagues, and the Oradell community. And whereas she has given unselfishly of her time and effort in the interest and welfare of the children of our school district. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the Oradell Board of Education hereby recognizes Ms. Schaum's contribution to the district and expresses its appreciation of her dedicated service, and directs that this resolution be included in the minutes of the board and that a copy be presented to Ms. Tracy Schaum as a token of its esteem. Open up the floor.
Good evening, everyone. It is an honor to celebrate Tracy Schaum and her 38 years of educating students. Although I have only had the privilege of knowing Tracy for the past 2 years, it honestly feels like much longer because of the impact she's had on me and so many others around her. Throughout her career, Tracy has taught across grade levels, impacting countless children and creating a classroom where every moment became a teachable moment. Her dedication to our TAG students and her work as an Odyssey of the Mind coach has shown just how deeply she believes in nurturing creativity, critical thinking, and confidence in students. Tracy's students are independent thinkers and learners because of her. Tracy, thank you for welcoming me so warmly and allowing me to truly understand what Odyssey of the Mind is all about. Thank you for allowing me to share my insight, my wit, and feedback with the Odyssey of the Mind team along the way. I have genuinely appreciated our conversations about the evolution of education and the passion you continue to bring to teaching every single day. I will especially remember how you always checked on me every morning. Did you get up from that chair? Please go for a walk, especially during this year's NJSLAA prep. That thoughtfulness speaks volumes about who you are, not just as an educator, but as a person. I thank you for that. Maria Montessori once said, "The greatest sign of success for a teacher is to be able to say, the children are now working as if I did not exist." Tracy, that quote perfectly reflects your legacy, especially within your TAG classroom. As you begin the well-deserved retirement, remember, teaching is more than imparting knowledge, it's inspiring change. Your legacy will live on in every student you shaped. Thank you for being more than a teacher. You have been a mentor, a colleague, and a friend. Enjoy your retirement. Take all of us with you. I'm just joking. You have truly earned it. Congratulations.
Hi, my name is Sheila O'Hare Barrows, and here at OPS, I am best known as Tracy's Odyssey sidekick. A friendship that started 15 years ago over a refrigerator box, a Ryder truck, and an absurdly large roll of bubble wrap has flourished into one of the most significant relationships in my life. I told Tracy recently, and it is true, I got a lot more out of this deal than she did, both personally and professionally. So thank you, my dear friend. But to truly appreciate Tracy's influence, you need to look at her students. And my daughter, Colleen, was one of those lucky few young people, and she's asked me to read this. I was in Tracy's tag team from 2011 to 2015, as well as on her Odyssey the Mind program from 2014 to 2018. Tracy has remained a very strong presence in my life, even till today. Tracy's tag class was the best part of my day growing up. Looking back, that's probably because it was the first place where I was part of an academic group discussion. In Tracy's class, if we had a question about something totally random, she wouldn't tell us to go and get back on track. Instead, she met our curiosity. Well, what did you think about? What makes you think it works that way? She both encouraged childhood creativity and treated our thoughts, questions, and opinions with the respect all budding young people crave. I was a very quiet, anxious kid, plagued by constant self-doubt and starving for confidence. When I tell this to people who know me now, they're surprised. Sometimes even I'm still surprised. The truth is, I did not change, not as a person. What happened was that Tracy and the program she ran, particularly Odyssey, pulled who I am to the surface by giving me the confidence and courage I needed. Tracy pushed me when I needed to be pushed, and I can't tell you the number of times she told me to get out of my own way. It was perhaps her most prolific piece of advice during Odyssey. I used to plan a costume for days until she'd particularly grab me by the shoulders and say, "Don't plan it, do it." Even now, as I approach my mid-20s, her maxim still rings in my ears when I notice myself paralyzed by self-doubt, anxiety, and indecision. She also pulled me back when I got too far out on the edge. I remember nights shortly before competition when it felt like everything was going wrong. In my moments of festering, I felt like doing everything for another run and quitting altogether. Tracy would do something like take me into the middle of the room, lie on the floor with me, or get me to laugh at myself, or just spin in circles. Tracy never let me take myself too seriously. Most importantly, she dragged me out of my shell, sometimes by force. Kidding. And I will always be grateful that she did. Not only has it made the best things in my life possible, but has brought me a great sense of relief. I never realized how heavy caring about what everyone else thought about me was until she took that lift off my shoulder. Tracy has the immeasurable impact on my life. She's not just my teacher, but my family. She is someone I can call when everything hits the wall or when I just need to talk. Perhaps it's part of being a young person to take your mentors for granted. I know I've certainly done that many times before. You can say thank you after the fact like I'm doing now, but I don't think that will ever be enough. Perhaps the only way to pay it back is to serve as that kind of person for somebody else, someone who pushes you to be the best version of yourself, not for the benefit of others, but for you, someone who sees who you are and what you're capable of, even when, especially when, you don't see it in yourself. And that's Tracy's legacy. I have several more letters from Tracy's Odyssey teams in here, and each one shares a similar sentiment. You have influenced and inspired thousands. Must have, my friend.
Ms. Sham, you were a great teacher, and I think you probably were the most impactful out of any teacher I've had, going from elementary school even through now I've graduated college. I learned a lot in TAG. I agree with, I guess, a lot of what Colleen said, but I don't have as nice of words. Odyssey is a very, I think, unforgettable experience that will stick with me for the rest of my life. A large part thanks to you and how much you pushed us. It was very hard. It was possibly one of the hardest things I'd done at that point in my life. But I think it was worth it. And it was incredible going to compete on a world stage and like getting second place. It was incredible. And thank you so much. I think you're a wonderful teacher. And thank you so much for being mine.
Thank you so much.
Mrs. Shum. Okay. Hello, OPS. My name is Caden Jung, and I'm a former Panther here at Oradell Public School. I'm currently a 9th grader, but I still remember my first time my family moved to Oradell. I was in 1st grade, and my sister Zoe was in 4th. We were both nervous about adjusting to a completely new environment, new schools, new people, and a house that barely felt like a home yet. But from the very beginning, there was Miss Shum, making OPS feel like a second home. Zoe was accepted into the TAG program, and Miss Shum would bring the younger kids upstairs on Tuesdays to visit the cool older kids floor. Soon after, Zoe joined Odyssey of the Mind, and as the family of students in the program, we quickly learned how much dedication it took. Late nights, long hours, the grueling drive and flights to competitions, but most of all, the endless creativity. What made Miss Shum special was her ability to bring out creativity in every student and let it run wild. She gave kids the freedom to imagine, create, and simply just be kids. Even as the younger brother tagging along Odyssey events, Miss Shum took me under her wing. She did put me to work, coloring plastic fish or even just delivering news to her students. But it didn't matter because she included me. She became what I like to call my school mother. She literally did everything a mother would do. She would comfort me when I was stressed, give me advice on my hormonal teenage drama, teach me proper etiquette, and of course correct my grammar. But most of all, she taught me to accept everyone and be kind. She was still a huge part of my life and nothing short of a perfect influence. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me, my family, and of course OPS. Congratulations on your retirement. I hope it's full of corgis, the Wizard of Oz, definitely no more thoughts of Odyssey, and full of love and joy. We all love you, but just know, as your school son, I will always love you a little more. Congratulations, Ms. Shum.
All right, so I'm Mr. Mangle, the librarian here at OPS, and I just wanted to say a few things to Tracy. First of all, a couple things to know about Tracy. Number one, she hates wearing hats. They mess up her hair. Number two, if there is sunshine anywhere in the vicinity, she will find it. Even in the depths of winter, she will find the patch of sunshine on the sidewalk and stand in it. Number three, she is an incredibly loyal friend who is always there for her friends. 4, she has plenty of opinions and is not afraid to share them. Number 5, she's goofy, and that's a good thing. Number 6, and most importantly, Tracy is a teacher. She is always teaching. I have been doing morning door duty next to her for 9 years, and I can tell you that she never misses an opportunity to pass along knowledge. Whether it's educating the 4th and 1st grade students about what kind of clouds are above their heads and what it means for the weather, or explaining the importance of wearing a hat in the cold of the winter. Exactly, even if she's not wearing one. Tracy sees everything as an opportunity to teach and enhance children's understanding of the world around them, even the inherent beauty in the 1970s era FM radio hit. If you've never paid Tracy's classroom a visit, you'll see evidence of this very fact, that she is always teaching. It's a wonderland for kids who are interested in discovery, whether it's the creations of her Odyssey of the Mind kids that adorn the classroom, or the books and pictures used to elicit intellectual discussions. I've sent 2 of my library interns down to spend time in her classroom and had a very hard time getting them back to mine. Once you enter Tracy's world, she's got you. When I started at OPS back in 2017, there were 2 teachers who I tended to gravitate to, and they were Corinne Lynch and Tracy Shum. Both were accomplished veteran teachers who were always willing to take a newbie like me under their wing and teach them how to succeed. I owe a great debt of gratitude to both of them for their patience and willingness to guide me through the complexities of teaching. Since Corinne left in 2020, Tracy has become an even closer friend and mentor. She's guided me through difficult situations and reveled in my successes, and I don't think I'd be as successful without her. If you know Tracy well, you know she's a reader, which touches my heart because I'm a librarian. And not just any reader, but a voracious reader, the type that always returned to school in the fall having spent her summer reading at least 70-plus books, to my maybe 20. So nothing makes me happier than imagining her sitting by her backyard pool, reading and reading and reading until it's too dark to do so. Tracy, congratulations on your retirement. It is well deserved. Now go read a book. I would also like to congratulate Heidi O'Keefe, who has always been so wonderful and so nice to me. She's a wonderful teacher. I've seen her at work. It's incredible. Some of the kids that come into my library, talk about her all the time and how she's encouraged them to read, et cetera. So thank you. Thank you for all your wonderful work as well. Very helpful.
Hi, Ms. Shaw. I want to come up here and thank you for having such an incredible impact on my life. I was part of Odyssey of the Mind 7 years ago, and there are so many lessons and skills that I have learned that I still use today. I still remember to never crinkle a plastic water bottle when I drink it. I still remember the right way to heat up a hot glue gun, and I will always remember the amazing experience that Odyssey was, from the cut-up waterfall, from the plastic bottles, to the paper-mache globe that I will admit definitely took longer than it should have. Your dedication to this school and the students will forever push them to be the best that they can possibly be. You've inspired me in so many ways, and I'm so thankful that you've been a part of my life. Congratulations on your retirement. You deserve it.
Open to the board afterwards for everyone. Go ahead, Ms. Walker.
So I'm Rita Walker, and Tracy and I met each other back, I'm not going to, you gave the year, okay. And I didn't realize, but we met at graduate school. We were both going for our masters. And Tracy and I kind of cultivated a relationship, and we ended up having a great time, and that was in the days of the early computers, remember that? And we were learning how to use a mouse. Can you imagine? That goes back how far? But we always had such good times together, and I never realized what an impact Tracy had on the school and on the kids until I became a member of the board. And Tracy, you are just invaluable here at OPS. But I tend to believe that you will not be just home reading by your pool. I think both you and Mrs. O'Keefe deserve to come out and come back, relax a little bit, but then come back and share some of your expertise in teaching. I'm doing that part-time, and it really does pay off. But I do agree with Ms. Bozios. We do need to get some really good teachers out there. So anyway, God bless you, Tracy, and good luck, and I'm sure you're going to be out and about before we know it.
This is so much better than the one that used to be up there with the button that never turned on. I just want, you know me, the things I mean, I say in jest, and I make a joke out of everything. Even Shakespeare had comic relief, right? So when I start to feel that way, this is what I do. I, for once, don't have words. Just thank you. It's going to be very weird not walking up and down these halls and staying here until 10 at night and 10-hour Saturdays and getting to know families. If you see my convertible in the driveway, anybody in this room, any family, any colleague, anybody, board member, it just means I feel like a cup of coffee and a chat because, as my great-grandmother used to say, I was vaccinated with a phonograph needle. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart. We, as Ms. O'Keefe said, we don't do this alone. And you know, Wicked is my second favorite after The Wizard of Oz, and the song, I Knew You. I know that I am who I am today because I knew every single person in this room. Thank you for helping me be who I am. Love you.
Whoever wants to come up here and get a picture, come on up. All our students, colleagues, whoever wants to. Oh, Mrs. Doreen wants to say something first. Go ahead.
You can't not get something from one of the Norians, since you had the first one in your class long before you ever became part of TAG, long before, when you were in 4th grade. And I have to tell you that my daughter still talks about the organization skills that she learned in your class that she uses to this day. And you're the only teacher that well, I can't say that because there were so many that were very, very capable and very good with my children. But how you were with, well, with TAG, with some of the others, but actual classroom every day with Alyssa was incredible. And as a class mother at the time, it was incredible for me as a class mother to work with you. And I appreciated everything you did for not just my children, but every child in this school. Thank you. I will be checking on those books that you're reading because it's a contest, honey. Okay? Okay.
I'm just going to say good luck to you. We're going to miss you. And I met you through Odyssey. My son, I was just texting him. I said, I should have had you come in. He's like, do you want me to come now? I'm like, no, it's too late yet. The first year, we went to the local competition. We made it to regional the first year, I believe, right? No?
The first competition is regionals.
Well, then we made it to one other, I thought.
It was the lost labor of Hercules.
Yes.
We walked in with a box, a painted sheet.
Yeah. I had that in my house till like 2018.
Yeah. And 3 kids who walked in going, this is cool. And I said, we're not staying.
But that was the start of
They
it.
made me stay, so it's all their fault.
And that was the start of it.
Yes, it was.
And then you went to Worlds like every year after that.
Remember
So
the membership sign fell down, and I was scared to death of you, and I was like, oh my God, this is her kids, first year, the membership sign fell. I was like, oh,
no, it was so fun.
I like you now. We're good.
Ms. Sham, one more final comment. People know that I've said before, this isn't always an easy community to walk into. And my first year here, I was the new assistant principal that would do anything. And when the board said, we want an administrator to go to Michigan for this Odyssey of the Mind tournament, I said, yes, boss, where would you like me to go and how? And you guys have been my family also because of Tracy. Ben, you ate tomatoes through the entire world championship. Kaden, I sat next to you while your sister was competing, and we ate Dunkin' Munchkins, and you had an allergy, and I didn't know if you could have the Dunkin' Munchkins, and you were like, they're allergy-free. So thank you for giving me memories with all of them. And I see Ryan on the other side. There are photos, there are everything on my computer. I will never walk into the tag room downstairs, which I have told Tracy for years is not the tag room, it's a classroom that she rents. But when we so excitedly, Mr. Darian will tell you, renovated that room, and I was so proud of it, and I walked in and she went, it needed a slop sink.
And a benefit.
Yeah. So every time I walk into that room, I will say to myself, it needs a slop sink, but I'm not going to miss Choppy, so keep him home.
I'm taking Choppy home with me.
Thank you all for coming. We're going to take a 5-minute break. If you want to stay, you're welcome, but this would be a good time if you want to leave.
I am, yes. To be honest with you, I am worried about may go to work part-time. That's my wife is getting close to retirement. So in December, so we decided now it's a good time. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you taking off? Congratulations. No, Norman. Obviously, I've already.
Forward. We're going to move to the superintendent's report.
Good evening. Today was a very hot day. And if you did not pass, and I hope, Mr. Nutland, that your son had a wonderful hot dog today. And just so you know, that hot dog was grilled by our business administrator. There are photos, there is an apron. When you take a job at Oradell Public School, you never know exactly what you'll be doing. But he has gotten that job, and it is his for the rest of his time at OPS.
Was it a chicken hot dog?
There were some vegetarian ones, I think.
There were your generic Sabrett beef,
Okay.
and there were chicken. They had chicken, and there were some plant-based. All I know is they ate everything. They were all gone.
To the point that he didn't even get one.
I know.
They ate everything. I don't know who came up with the ratio this year, but a little off.
Yeah.
A little off.
We also did have our art show last night, and it is one of my favorite times of the year. There are over 1,000 pieces of art in the art show each year that gets put up. Every student is represented at least once, many twice. I actually am very excited because I have been looking to put some artwork in the board office, so I got to walk the art show yesterday and choose some of our first pieces that we will display in the lounge area. So that will be coming soon. And tomorrow is our second spring concert of the year. So if you are around at 7 o'clock, our 5th and 6th grade choral groups, band groups, and handbells will be performing. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Iapelli.
Yes, so this week, the past couple of weeks, I've been working on our extraordinary aid application so that we won't find out what our exact funding is until July, and that amount fluctuates each year based on how much money is available. So that's what I've been working on, and that concludes my report.
Moving to minutes, review of May 6th. Any questions or comments, please email Mr. Iapelli. We have approval of April 22nd. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the meeting minutes for April 22nd.
Second by Mrs. Walker. Any questions? Call a question.
On the roll, Mrs. Genchi,
Yes.
Mrs. Moran,
Yes.
Mrs. Norian,
Yes.
Mr. Nutland,
Yes.
Mrs. Walker, Mr. Darian,
Yes.
Mrs. Nichols.
Yes. Mr. Darian, would you take administrative?
Yes, I'd like to introduce items A1 and A2. A1 is a resolution urging relief from rising public school employee health care costs. That's the resolution we discussed last meeting. And A2 is the HIB report we reviewed.
I'll second it.
Second by Mrs. Norian. Any questions? Call the question.
On the roll, Mrs. Genchi,
Yes.
Mrs. Moran,
Yes.
Mrs. Norian,
Yes.
Mr. Nutland,
Yes.
Mrs. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Darian,
Yes.
Mrs. Nichols.
Yes. Buildings and grounds. Mr. Del Greco is not here. Mr. Darian, any report for buildings and grounds?
No report. We did not meet since our last board meeting, and I have nothing new to report.
Curriculum, Mrs. Norian.
Yes, we finally had our meeting today. And I will summarize it more in the future. You'll get probably the minutes at the next meeting, but just for your information, we reviewed where we are with our science curriculum, reviewed some of the data that we've gotten from Linkit over the years, and some of the results of our children and their achievements in different areas. Lots of data, and we're looking into possibly doing a tech-free day in June. But we would not do it for the whole school. We are looking at possibly looking at different days for the different grades. Again, looking at technology as a teaching tool, and just going forward. Is there anything else that you'd like to add on to that, Ms. Bozios? Oh, yes. And in addition to that, I'd also like to walk on C1, which is approval of a field trip. It is actually a field trip to Applebee's in Hackensack. And the reason we are doing it is because there is one of our students who entered a contest. He won the contest, and his class is joining him at Applebee's, only his class, and so we have just the one class going to Applebee's. That'll be interesting. So I make that motion for C1.
Second.
Second by Mr. Nutland. Any questions? Mrs. Walker?
I just had to say, I really got a lot out of the curriculum meeting today. We had an in-depth look at the Linkit and also the ELA, the results of the how kids have been doing in English language. And it was very interesting and informative to me, and I'm sure it'll be further explained in your packet next month or next week.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Yeah, I have a question regarding field trip. Is that an all-day thing, or is there a time frame on this? And because it's kind of vague with the.
We don't typically put any kind of a date or a time on because of confidentiality purposes. It is about 2 hours. It is lunch.
Okay.
Any other questions? Call the question.
On the roll, Mrs. Genchi?
Yes.
Mrs. Moran?
Yes.
Mrs. Norian?
Yes.
Mr. Nutland?
Yes.
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Darian?
Yes.
Mrs. Nichols?
Yes. Finance, Mr. Darian?
Yes, we have not had a finance meeting since our last board meeting, so all I have to discuss tonight is just the introduction of D1 through, I believe it's D9 now, if I'd like to introduce those 9 items.
I'll second.
Second by Mrs. Norian. Any questions? Call the question.
On the roll, Mrs. Genchi?
Yes.
Mrs. Moran?
Yes.
Mrs. Norian?
Yes.
Mr. Nutland?
Yes.
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Darian?
Yes.
Mrs. Nichols?
Yes. Delegate report?
Yes, the delegate assembly was this past Saturday, and I believe that you've all received, because I think they send everything to you, the results of what the meeting was. There were a couple things that happened, one of which was they elected someone to be the vice president of the legislative committee of NJSBA. So their whole committee is complete at this point. It was Charles Carabella, who I happen to know a lot because we both work as trainers. A very good choice. We did review all of the resolutions that were presented. The resolutions, all of them passed except for the first one. The first one did not pass. It was another interesting day in watching Robert's rules being used because it was, let's just say, it was a long meeting and very, very interesting presentations of people who wanted to have their items passed, their resolutions passed. But if there is anything that anyone wants to talk about at any of that, this is the brochure. There is additional information on each one of those resolutions and the vote that was taken on each one of them, so you know how many people voted for or against each one of those items.
Do they record these meetings?
Yes.
So is there a link that we can watch? Was that was sent to us?
There will be. I don't know if that is part of what they sent out today. They sent out, here. They sent out, this was just a print one. I don't think that there was a link to the recording, but it was recorded, and we were reminded a number of times not to talk other than the people who were directly talking into into the microphones so that they would have a clean recording. So it will be available. Okay?
Personnel, Mrs. Walker?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to present F1 through F6.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Nutland. Any questions?
And I just neglected to say that, I guess in your packet, you have the results of the Personnel Committee that we had last week. But just to recap, we talked about non-affiliate staff, and review of personnel, addendum, new hires, specifically new hires, plus varied other updates on administrative team, etc.
Any questions? Call the question.
On the roll, Mrs. Genchi,
Yes.
Mrs. Moran,
Yes.
Mrs. Norian,
Yes.
Mr. Nutland,
Yes.
Mrs. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Darian,
Yes.
Mrs. Nichols.
Yes, policy, Mr. Nutland.
Yes, we are struggling to find dates to work, so I will try again. It's just everyone's schedules are busy, so we'll get it soon.
Public relations, Ms. Moran.
There's no update. Hoping to get a meeting on the calendar before the end of the school year.
And special education, nothing since the last meeting, right? Okay. Open to the public. Any old or new business? I think if you saw your email, May 7th, we got an email from the OEA corresponding secretary thanking us for the bagel breakfast, but I also had this in my packet. Dear Board of Ed members, thanks so much for the Teacher Appreciation Bagel Breakfast. Such a great way to start the day. With gratitude, Michelle Haas, first grade. So she's in the set personally.
I guess this is just a comment, observation. It was nice to see so many teachers that were recognized over the years to be here tonight, to accept that. I thought that was very nice and great responses to those that were retiring.
Two of the retiring teachers were Teachers of the Year.
Yeah.
Heidi O'Keefe and
Yes.
Tracy Shaw.
That's right.
It was also nice to see former teachers who had retired years ago that came back for their colleagues. That was a nice touch as well.
Any other old or new business? Any need to go into a closed session? Any need for a closed session? Ms. Bozios? All right.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?